Hello and good day everyone. Today our group Stalwarts would like to present our academic paper topic about excessive use of gadgets can cause physical and mental damage to children. Before we move on to further apart, we would like to express our highest gratitude and appreciation to our beloved English lecturer Miss Hazwani who guide us through this course UHLB 2122. First, let me introduce our group member. Our group member consists of 4 members: Khairunnisa Binti Bandarkin, Najla Aliyah Binti Ehwan, Afifah Binti Mustafa and Binti Azman.
Without further ado, let's start the presentation with the introduction part that will be presented by me, Usage of mobile device among children below 8 years old was 38% in 2011 and it increased to 72% in 2013. Meanwhile, in 2015, 24% of the kids between age 8 to 12 years old had their own smartphone, and the percentage rose to 41% in 2019. This statistic shows the relationship between the usage of smartphone and smartphone ownership, where children who have their own smartphone have higher screen time rather than those who do not own it. The dramatic increase of the use of gadgets among kids can put them at risk of physical and mental health. It became a common situation and not surprisingly anymore that children at age 2 already know how to use smartphone. What surprisingly is, it became a trend where parents give smartphone to their children in order to attract their children's attention from disturbing them or to make their children stop from crying. We also can see this situation in our surrounding right now, where children will take out their phone anytime and everywhere they go. Even though during celebrations or gathering that typically involve of interactions, but some of the children still prefer to use smartphone in games or showing something interesting to their friends. In our academic paper, we agree that excessive use of mobile device among children can put them at risk of physical and mental health, where it can lead to obesity, speech delay, and mental disorder. However, children can gain benefit from using gadget, but it still can harm children's physical health, where it can lead to eye strain and musculoskeletal problems. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, I'm Khairunnisa Binti Bandarkin. For the second part, I will talk about the argument 1 and argument 2. Now I will proceed with argument 1, in which the long term of using gadget increasing the percentage of obesity among children. From National Health and Mobility Survey 2019, the percentage of overweight in Malaysia was 29.8%, in which 14.8% are categorized as obese children aged 5 to 17. This is occurred due to lack of physical activity and prolonged exposure to gadgets. Children are using gadgets is more than 2 hours in a day and sometimes it is more than 2 hours. Obesity also occurred due to high amount of food intake. While they are using smartphone for video games, the food intake is increased from usual. It is become worse because they take a high percentage of sugar and high calories of food. This is the reason why there are more children having obesity nowadays. Next, I proceed with argument 2, in which gadget devices affect speech delay to children. It is happen when children are lack of communication with others. Furthermore, there are 70.31% of parents installing apps for children in hope that it can help to develop cognitive thinking. But it is wrong because it will affect to speech delay. In advance, gadget will lead to inability to talk. Why? Because they do not have more time to speak to others, learn new words, or try to say simple words. So, gadget will affect speech delay to children, and it is proven by Assistant Professor of Developmental Behavioral Pediatrics. She says that the apps from smartphone are not helping in overcome the symbolic thinking and memory flexibility, no matter how interactive the apps in the smartphone.
Thank you Nisa for the presentation. Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Najla Aliyah and I will continue for the next slide, which is excessive usage of gadget could lead to mental disorder in children for the third argument. Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder (ADHD) is a mental disorder that can cause a child to be restless, be easily distracted and not pay attention. It can cause a change in their behavior at home or school as well. Children who use gadget excessively are at risk for ADHD compared to children who rarely use digital devices. According to some cases that I have studied, if the children did not allow to use the phone from their mother, the children will get angry or upset by act or imitate the character they often see on the movie or games. Some symptoms ADHD that can be identified by parents is when the children cannot sit still for a long or short period and excessive movement occur. Children with ADHD will become hyperactive and higher attention deficit that cause problem to them during at home or school. This kind of mental disorder will affect children's life because it is difficult for children to focus on the work that should be done and have difficulty in managing time. In short, children's social and learning activity are being displaced by their heavy use of gadgets. And that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter for the counter argument. Thank you.
Hi, I am Afifah Mustafa and I will be presenting the counter-argument part, which is gadgets usage could help in promoting children's cognitive and motoric skills. Okay, cognitive skills is defined as the brain's ability to remember facts, make reasons, give attention, solve problem, thinks, reads, and also learns. The technology today helps in improving children's cognitive ability better and in a faster pace. The educational games like puzzles or any other video games that are offered for gadgets use are the new approach to attract kids' interest in learning things in a playing environment. The new forms of education system which are more kids-friendly with such interactive apps could help in boosting children's cognitive skills. Motoric skills are also known as the skills that involve small movements of muscles as lips, fingers, wrists, tongue, and toes. According to Kakibiki and team, motor development among children is addressed as a dynamic and vital process that involves both intrinsic and extrinsic process as interaction with the environment they are in, which help them in creating new forms of motions. It is significant that the motoric development varies from child to another child as it depends to the environment they are growing in, that causing them to have different distinct neural and physical builds. Whenever children play games on their gadgets, they will move their fingers and hands in an appropriate amount which are good for them. Therefore, the children will know how to use and control their finger and hands better in such a short period of time. So, moving on to another part, the rebuttal, which is the excessive usage of gadgets could affect children's physical health. Sedentary use of gadgets are unfavorable as it could be dangerous for children's health and they are at risk for more serious health problems. Modern gadgets as smartphones, tablets, and computers could block the user's attention for a long period of time, which might lead to eye strain. Some of the symptoms of eye strain are blurred vision and dehydrated eyes. The conditions of dry eyes and nearsightedness among children are notably increasing, and some of vision experts believe that this might be partly caused by screen time, which is exceeding the proper duration. The blue light or blue rays that are radiated from gadgets screen might as well damage the children's retina, which is the thin layer behind the eyes that contains photoreceptors gradually by time. In addition to that, by staring at the screens from any distance can cause dry eyes, and by time, chronic dry eyes could lead to eye surface damage and causing vision impairment. Not only that, the usage of gadgets could lead to incorrect body posture due to sitting positions. It also can cause sore feelings and pains in the certain parts of the body, including head, neck, and shoulders. If the user sits with a wrong pose for a long period, it may contribute to musculoskeletal issues, especially in kids as they have softer bones compared to the adults. Furthermore, most of the devices require the user to sit in a down and forward position, which by means the user's back is hunched while looking down the screen. By that, it will put worthless amount of pressure onto the neck and the spine.
Thank you, Ifa. Now it's time for the conclusion. In conclusion, obesity, speech delay, and mental disorder are some of the detrimental effects of excessive use of gadgets among children. Although overuse of smartphone can help promoting children's cognitive and motoric skill, but still it is not good for children's physical health. This issue is very serious as the usage of mobile devices among kids had increased rapidly in this digital era. Parents should aware of this problem and control children's screen time in order to prevent any harm to children's physical and mental health. The younger generation are those who will govern the world and country in the future. However, are they capable of being useful and beneficial human beings if their childhood was spent with gadgets out of control? Think about it. So, that's all from our group. Thank you.
저기 휴대.
좋아.